are. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk the Talk with your boy Saquon. And I have a special guest in here, my homeboy. My
Yeah,
man's a very talented man. Let me tell you guys that. I have my
I
man Jacob
appreciate it,
in
bro.
here. For the people that don't know you, give us little detailed stuff about
So,
yourself.
I'm Jacob Jackson, from Baltimore. I do music, live recordings, musicianship. It's production, live production, studio production. I do audio engineering, so that consists of like live sound, stuff like that, like studio engineering. Any instrument that you need me to play, like keys, bass, drums, guitar, acoustic guitar. Like, yeah, that's me. Organ, like if you're in church, you need an organist.
Be an
I
organist.
mean, I can do that too. So, yeah, that's just me. I do all things music. I'm a creative, so like anything revolving around like the creative doors or the creative avenue, like fashion, music, whatever. Like,
Just a creative person. Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
always think about something else to do
yeah.
while you're doing. I like that though. What made you get into music?
Yeah, honestly,
Or was you just born like as soon as you
yeah.
came out, you was like, oh yeah,
Yo,
we about
I
to make some
actually
music.
was born into a funny story. I have six sisters and one brother. So I'm the youngest of eight, bro. Like,
She,
so growing up, my mom used to always line us all up in the living room. And so we would have to sing, like we grew up in church. So we would
oh,
have
so
to
you like
sing.
this?
Yeah, my mom, it was on that whole Jackson 5 thing. But
Oh,
but she wasn't abusive like
yeah, she wasn't
like
Joe.
Joe. She wasn't abusive like
She wasn't
Joe.
Joe.
Nah. But she lined us up and made us all sing. We used to sing in church together, but I used to be the one that wasn't really feeling the singing thing. So
Mm.
I was like, I want to be a musician.
Yeah, like transfers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, man, I can't hold the key to save my life, so I know I definitely want to switch to playing of music.
Yeah. So one Christmas when I was 7, my dad got me a drum set because I asked for a drum set and got my brother a keyboard because he wanted a keyboard. So that's how I
That's
started
how it's,
actually playing music. Like that's how I actually started for real.
at that time, did anyone in your family play like any kind of musical
Yeah,
instruments?
so from stories I've heard, my grandmother used to play the piano, and my mom started out on the piano, but she didn't like go through with it. But that's as far as I know.
As far as you know,
That's all
that's
I know. And my grandmother on my dad's side used to play the piano.
oh, so it was
So
already just almost
yeah,
like indebted in you already.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
man, he's gonna play some sort of. So, where did you find like your first like real like you wanted the drum shit, but like where
yeah.
was the real passion at? Like, where did that come in?
Uh, Yo, matter of fact, I wanted to play because of the drummer at my home church. His name was Aaron Quander. Yo, like I thought I thought the world of this dude. Like I thought he was like the most amazing drummer that ever lived. Right? So I was like, yo, like
He's like,
I want to
yo,
play like Aaron. Like that was me as a kid.
He's-
So, like like he just was a role model for me as a kid. He probably never knew that, but like he was literally a role model
like
for me as a
yeah,
kid.
and that's
Like
like good. That's
yeah,
that's that's something that we definitely need, and especially like if you want
yeah,
to go out and do something like this, because this is a you
yeah.
can probably tell me way better than I can tell them, but this is a hard industry to crack.
Yo, it is. It is. It is.
I see people making music like
Yeah,
literally every day, and there's
yeah.
just like the dedication, the time that you literally have to put into your craft.
And the sacrifice, bro. Like a lot
Yeah,
of people don't understand that doing music is a lot of sacrifice of friendships, time, even relationships. You know what I mean? Like if you're in a relationship and they are not mentally prepared to be with somebody
who's
that
like traveling all the
yeah,
time
and where it takes a lot of your time, like it's a commitment. It really is. Like, and if the musician is passionate about this and if he's completely dedicated, like if your girl or if your boy, like if you're a girl and you got a boyfriend or boy nowadays, but you know what I mean, let me slide down there. Nowadays it don't even matter. But if you're in a relationship and the person that you're with is not mentally prepared for all that comes with this industry, yeah, it's going to be a lot of problems because it's a lot of dedication and a lot of time spent in like perfecting your craft. Like because it's always new things that's coming out. It's new things. Like with music, it's always it's a revolving door, bro. Like it's always new things coming out. So you have to be on top of everything to stay current with what's new, stay relevant, and it's just, bro, like.
I can, like I said, like I told you, I can only imagine.
You got to be dedicated, bro.
Because I can see that definitely having some problems with someone where it's like, yo, I gotta get this beat in, like I gotta get this studio time in, or you gotta travel.
Yeah,
and I can see you're sniffing out like, well, I need that. It's like, yo, at some point, do you think like musicians just tell them like right off the bat, like, look, this might be a little struggle because I'm trying to perfect my craft and do something, and like you said, it's hard to separate the time sometimes.
Yeah.
So like, what advice would you give anyone that's just like in that kind of like area right now,
or as far as a relationship?
Yeah, because I definitely have some people who are doing the music thing and then the relationship, and it's just like,
I'll say this, I had a conversation just recently with somebody that I'm very close to, and our conversation was about this same exact topic, and what she said was she willing to let her person go so that he could achieve his dreams?
Well, that's deep.
Like, that's so deep. A lot of people are not willing to make that sacrifice just so that, I mean, let's be honest, like most people are selfish. Like, most people are selfish. So because we see this thing that makes us happy, we don't want to let it go and we want to cling on to it, even if it's hurting them from achieving their goals. So, she was like, am I willing to allow this person be who he needs to be so that he can be his best self? Like that's super deep.
Like that's
so all I have to say is, if the person is not willing to stand by your side and even willing to this is going to sound bad, but willing to let you go so that you can achieve your dreams and achieve your goals, because honestly, if you're being held back, you will resent that person. And you will not be able to be your best self if you're just being resentful towards the person that is holding you back from like launching forward. So if you're not with somebody that's willing to do what's best for you,
you gotta let them go.
Like you gotta let them go. Even if you're not going to let them go, and even if you're not going to let them go, just their willingness to sacrifice just so that you can. It sounds selfish on your end, but at the end of the day, I don't want to be, the holdback of somebody else,
and have that
moving
like
forward.
Label, and it's like,
yeah,
just hold me back, and it's like, nah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's something that I definitely that I'm glad that you spoke out on, because I know it was definitely one of the topics that I had on, one of my friends, and doing music and everything, and sometimes they come to me and I'm like, bro, I don't make no music, bro. I mean, I kind of get it from like my podcasting, but I was like, bro, I just on a whole different level, man, on a whole different level. What kind of like how I had for my mom, I was like, there's a time and a place where you know that you're good at what you do. Like is there ever a time where you was like, yo, I gotta put all my chips in, like this beat I made right now, if I send it right now to this one person, like it's a done deal? Like, is there any like you have any situations like that where you're like, yo, I made this, like I gotta do it now, like there's no time to like let me tweak this a little bit, and they're like, no, I gotta put all my chips in now?
Yo, you know what? I have had a lot of moments like that, actually. But then the problem with being a creative sometimes is that your mind, you're always like me. I'm a person where I always hear something. Like I always hear something new. So if I feel like I'm done a song or I feel like I'm done a beat or whatever, then I'll be like, yo, this joint is hot. And then I go back and play it back and listen to it again, and it still be hot.
But you're like,
I go to sleep, I hear something in my sleep. Now I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I put something down and I be like, yo, like this is a banger.
Like,
I go
this
to
is
sleep.
What I needed.
Yeah, and then I go to sleep, wake back up, I listen to it again, and I'm like, it's missing something. And then like for me, I never feel like the product is finished. But because my mind is always going,
always
like
thinking of something
always thinking of something, always hearing something. Like even if I hear like a random, like somebody could say something, but their voice inflections could trigger something like
that just clicks in your mind.
Yeah,
that just goes good together.
Bro, I promise you, like the way I think is weird sometimes. Like I can hear somebody talk. In the way that they're talking, I can hear like notes through their voice inflections, and I'm like, "Yo, that would be crazy." And then I put it down, like just it's like a progression that I would put down, and so I never feel like I always put all my chips in, but I never feel like it's enough because my mind is
always racing. And see, like I like dealing with people like that because it's like that means you're always thinking. You're always like, this can be better than what it already is. But I definitely know from my experience, doing that where I definitely I wouldn't want to say like overload, but like I've definitely like overthought.
Yeah.
So have you ever had any things where you're like, all right, you wake up, you're like, I heard that sound, and you put it in there. And is you're ever like, is this like too much?
Yeah.
Should I draw it back?
That's another part about being a creative is that sometimes you overthink it. And then a lot of times from those moments, I just take pieces out and I create a new song with it.
Oh.
So then I build around that and it'd be a whole different sound than what you heard before. So like, and that actually happens a lot. Like sometimes I build 3-4 songs off of one song.
Yo, that's dope though,
bro. It'd be so.
That's
crazy.
like outside the box thinking though.
Yeah. And it'd be 3 completely different, 4 different sounds. Like where you could hear something classical, right? This is just an example. Like you hear something classical, and I create a whole classical song, and then I pull pieces out of that, and then I create a hip hop joint, and then I pull pieces out of that, and I create a country joint, and then I pull pieces out of that and create a R&B joint. Like it's just always, and I pull something out of that, and I create a CCM gospel joint. Like so, sometimes I create stuff out of a gospel joint that it just be like, yo, like how do you like where do you even come from? Like how do you think of that out of this? But that's just my mind, bro. Like my mind is always, and it's never a like, no, it's not like a depressing, this isn't good enough. It's a like, nah, it's missing. It's just missing. And then I get that banger and then I'm just like, yo, this is killing. This is it. But then I hear something else. So yeah, that like that's me, bro.
Man, I love it though because it's like you're always thinking it's always in like the certain sounds I hear you play at the church. I'm like, yo, this is yo, he's bringing a new age. Like this is because I like last Sunday I was like, what's that sound? I texted you. I was like, yo, am I hearing something? You're like, no, man, it's the little thing. I put it on the keyboard.
It's like
what we need.
Is it like a poly sound where it's like giving like strings / brassy kind of like
because I was like looking on my stuff. I was like, I don't think we did that. I was like, I text him. I was like, man, but see, I like that new innovative way that you're bringing to someone like these. Ooh, trying to figure out the right word. To like, I want to say like maybe like older processes.
Yeah. Modernize the traditional.
Yes, and I feel like that right there could definitely just bring a whole bunch of people together. I think if people are willing to listen, I think you got them. Because I was up there rocking on the balcony. I was up there rocking, I definitely gotta say, like, I wasn't like I didn't know a whole bunch of church songs. Like I only knew like a handful, and I don't know if it was just that traditional way, that I wasn't really feeling it. And and then you bring that modern into it, and it's just like, damn, bro, like I can really hear now, and I wanted to tell you, like, I'm so like appreciative that you bring that new age balance to this, because I definitely think that can bring, you know, the older folks and the young folks together, because that was. Man, and I know the guys on the game got hate because some of the songs, it just be on a loop, and I just be playing the game, and I just be singing it. They be like, bro, what are you singing? I'm like, bro, if you watch Sunday, bro, they were rocking. So it's like, how do you try to balance that modern and with the traditional? Because I know sometimes, the oldies is the oldies, and it slaps, but it's something that you bring that, that creativeness that you're like, oh, it's just a little something.
Honestly, I funny thing is, I actually grew up like in a more traditional way.
Yeah.
Where it's like the real old school, like churchy kind of feel. But my openness to like where church is going, like in the modern church, I've always been somebody that tried to stay relevant with music, but also, like I said, just the creativity in my mind that just like won't allow me to stay stagnant.
So I like that. I'm gonna have to write that down.
Yeah, like it just won't allow me to stay stagnant. So like if I feel like I'm boxed in or stagnant, I gotta move. You know what I mean? Like so I try to add a different feel, a different flavor to like what we do, because I'm a person, I can't stay stagnant. I'm not a traditional type of thinker. Like I'm more of a like always we got to move. What
else can be done? What else do we need?
Yeah, that's me.
And see, I like it's just that creativeness is just. I wish more people had that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I understand being comfortable, and being comfortable and stagnant to me can sometimes go hand in hand. Definitely bite you in the rear end, because if you're too stagnant, then I think you're just afraid to try new things.
Yeah, and you can't grow.
You can't.
If you're comfortable, you'll never ever grow. Like that's why I'm okay with being uncomfortable in situations, because if I'm uncomfortable, then that means that I have to move to.
You have to move. You have to adapt.
Yeah, I have to adjust. I have to like just do whatever is necessary so that I can be better. So I can't. Like I said, if you're comfortable, if you're stagnant, then there is literally no room for growth, because you're okay where you're
at, and you're just right there, just riding the same way.
Exactly.
You're not trying nothing new. You're not trying something different.
Yeah.
I meant to ask you this the other day when you were doing when you were out in Virginia. But have you ever? I know you played in front of like big stages, in front of big crowds. Musical guests. Have you ever been like starstruck to where you're like, yo, like I'm really playing with this person, or like, like I'm really playing, and then like this, like a famous singer, you ever been like real starstruck?
Honestly, I haven't, because the artists that I've played for, they have all been super down to earth and chilled, and like they were like a regular person. Like I can cool it and kick it with them and be like the same way I'm talking to you now. Like I could actually talk to him, like, or I could text him or call him and be like, "Yo, like I can't say that word." Like yo, what's going on? Like, what's that feel you give me on Instagram? Like, I can do all that. So I can't say that I've ever been starstruck, because it's just all been it's been all. Now if it was LeBron, then I'll be like, Yo, it's really LeBron. Like, what's up, bro? Like, where you been at? Where you been? Yeah, like, but I haven't ever been starstruck. Like, it's just been all cool vibes, all chilled, like down to earth, laughing, joking, all
I
that.
like that because I don't want to. I've only met maybe a few people that are like considered famous and everything, and one thing I always did find out was like, yo, man, they really are like regular people like us. Like really down to earth and chill, and like you wouldn't be able to think like, yo, man. Like I think
sometimes cheap too. Like, oh no, I don't want to pay $4 for no like
you will be like, but you're making
exactly.
and then that's when I'm like, oh, let me not pocket watch now. So on. I went to like a wrestling event and I got to see like Matt Hardy one time.
Yeah.
And like we was at a concession stand. He was like, damn, yo, they want like $10 for this? Like, nah, bro. I was like,
yeah. I think a part of it is just like understanding that some stuff just isn't worth what they're asking for.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like I went to Wendy's the other day. Matter of fact, last night. And junior bacon cheeseburgers used to be 99 cents when I was a kid, bro.
Yeah.
99 cents. So I used to get like, I remember one time, this was at least like 10, 11, 12, 13 years ago. Like, dang, I'm old. God. That just made me, like, this was a minute ago. And I got 6 junior bacon cheeseburgers for 99 cents. Yeah, I eat. Like, you can't tell, but I eat. Like, I really eat.
Yeah.
So like I got 6 junior bacon cheeseburgers, bro, and like everything was cool. I went last night. I pulled up. I was like, "Yeah, can I get 2 junior bacons and strawberry lemonade?" Yo, they told me
that was for like $10.
Yes, it was 10.39, bro. I said 10. No, 10.04. 10.04. I said 10.04 for what? She said, yeah, the junior bacons are $3.09 a piece. I said, just for a piece of lettuce and a piece of cheese and a little baby patty and one little burnt piece of bacon? Like that's what you're doing? Real? Like, I can put some mayo on the sandwich myself. Give me like, but
something worth like $10.
Yeah, like $3.09 per burger. I said, yo, that's completely no.
Damn near
yeah, so I just was like, nah, never mind. Like, just give me that 4 for $4. Like the junior bacon on that joint. Like it's a junior bacon 4-piece nugget, fries, and you get a drink. Yeah, I said just give me the 4 for $4. Like,
I ain't about to be paying like the 4 for $4, and then you get over and you just get 2 juniors and a drink. You're like, where's the price of inflation now? Like,
exactly.
I think I went somewhere the other day. I was like, damn, yo, I really pay for that. But you know what? Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, yo. Sometimes I get a little bougie, yo. Yeah. Sometimes, yo, you looking at the guy, I paid $10 for a smoothie.
What's crazy is I will go and I would spend $50-$60 on a steak, and I'll be like, yo, $3.09 for a drink. Like, like, I don't mind paying $50-$60 on a good steak.
On a good. Like, trust me. I think my father took me out to Vegas in one of his like man moments. I put quotes. I forgot. Sorry. Man moments was just like, yeah, we're gonna go out to a fancy restaurant.
Yeah,
and we're gonna pay some good money and eat good. And I'm like, bro, we in Vegas, like, there's a McDonald's in our hotel, bro. Like, I was like, the first time I ever was like, damn, bro, I'm paying $60 for a steak.
Yeah.
I'm like, lady, look at me. Like, you really think this steak is gonna fill me all up? It's really good. That's what our chef recommends. I was like, I don't give a damn about your chef, man. Is it gonna fill me up?
Yeah.
So, like, I definitely get that because I'll be like, yo, I'm mad at Burger King because their prices were high, but like I still went and bought something. But another question I wanted to ask you was, what was like the most people in the crowd that you actually like played for that you, if you can share or if you remember?
One time one time it was this concert, and it was 15,000 people out in the
God
crowd.
damn. Oh, sorry.
It was 15,000 people out in the crowd.
Golly, dude.
And I'm not sure if that's the largest, but I'm trying to think.
15,000.
But 15,000,
that's a lot, though.
from what I remember, is that's one of the largest crowds I've ever played in front of.
Now, with you being such a professional, like, do you ever get the crowds where you're just like, damn, like, this is a lot? Or you just like that like, I know I'm like the confidence, like, yo, I know I'm gonna kill it, like, regardless if it's 5 people to 15,000.
Honestly, once I get my feel, like, because my main instrument that I play when I go play for artists is the bass. And when I play bass, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, it's a whole different person. Like, than when I play keys or when I play any other instrument. Like, I get into the zone.
You get that whole different nickname too.
Jay Glizzy. Jay Glizzy. Juicy J. That's me. But, you know, like, I get up on stage and I just have fun. And like, it doesn't matter if it's one person or 15,000 people. Like, I'm gonna give the same feel every single time just because music is a part of me. So, you know, it doesn't matter who's out in the crowd. Like, I'm going in.
You rocking, you know.
I'm going for it, like, every single time, bro.
I love that mentality. I love that because I definitely I dibble dabbled in a couple of instruments.
Yeah.
And definitely when it was time for concert, I was shook, man. Boy, I was shook. I'm like, man, I'm over here sweating. I gotta wear suits and everything. I'm like, bro. I know one time I had a guitar concert, and I was so in my head because I had this little. And when I say it was like a solo, it wasn't even really like a solo. It was just literally like 8 seconds where you just hear me play.
Yeah.
And everyone else joins in. Man, I forgot the damn notes. Yo. I started looking at my paper. I was like, yo, I can't even read this right now.
You know what's crazy? One time, I had a gig. Yo, I promise you, like, I was playing all weekend prior to this gig. So Friday, I was killing. Like, Friday, I had a gig. I was killing. Saturday, I had a gig. Excuse me. I had a gig. And no, Thursday, I had a gig. I was killing. Friday, I had a gig. I was killing. Saturday, I had this particular gig. It was like a really big gig. Like, it was a really big gig. Like, the musicians, most of the musicians in the DMV, there was anybody, like, they were at this gig. Like, and I mean, all of them knew me, but like, it was
crazy. Sounds like it was on.
So I got up there. I knew the music, rehearsed it, everything. I think I know what happened. Excuse me, but I knew the music. As soon as I got up there to play, bro, I forgot everything. And the crowd wasn't even that big. It was only about 5,000 people. Like, I mean, it's a lot of people.
I'm gonna say,
I'm just saying, like, you know, it wasn't as big as other crowds that I played in front of. You know, so and the event wasn't as big as other events that I've played a part of too. So I forgot everything, bro. Like, I forgot everything. Ooh. And then I was like, yo, that's crazy. And everybody was like, yo, Jacob, like, what's going on? Like, yo, you killed. Like,
bro, like, you did, like, you was killing a couple of
days ago. Like, yo, you was just killing in rehearsal. You, like, what happened? So then I was like, yo, I'm gonna do better tomorrow, because the same gig was the next night. So I killed in church on Sunday morning. Like, murdered the whole set. Sunday evening came. Drove back down to DC to this concert. I played. Same thing happened, bro. Same thing happened. And I think what a real thing is, like, over listening to something. Like, if you, like, I was overthinking everything. So I was listening to it thinking that I didn't have it. Like, I was like, yo, I need to learn this part, but really I knew it.
You knew it all along.
But I just was overthinking it, and so it was affecting me, and so I was just trying to listen to the song over and over. I didn't listen to no other music,
but just that one song.
But it was about 3 songs. I only listened to those 3 songs like over and over and over and over and over and over again, like nonstop, bro. Like every single time I showed up, I didn't have it. I didn't like. I killed it in rehearsal when we went over the music in rehearsal. After that, it just was downhill. But I just overthought it. Like that's a real thing.
So how do you bounce back? Like when you're on the stage, and like I can only imagine because when I did it, I was just like, oh, shit.
Yo, that's literally what happened. And I was fumbling around on bass, and so like they were like, "Yo, like what's going on? Play, like
yeah, so, like you gotta do something."
And I just was like fumbling around like I was a beginner, and it just didn't. It didn't. Oh but luckily, that didn't affect like future gigs because
I definitely could because
if nobody know you and that's your first time,
probably be your last time.
Yeah, but being that I am a musician that they knew, and like it was just like I know him, man. I know him to smash. So
yeah,
like this ain't a big thing.
You ever feel like kind of like a superstar where you see like everyone going in like one entrance way, and you're like, nah, dude, I play with the band. So you get to walk like backstage. Like, you ever feel like that? Like, because I know sometimes like when I had my one little concert and I seen everyone walking in, and I'm like, oh nah, dude, I get to skip past. I'm going in the back, son. Like,
honestly, most times I never even get the chance to
like
see them.
Oh,
because I'm already backstage.
You're already backstage
because of sound check, and then we just go backstage. We eat, we chill, we lounge, we talk. Sometimes I go to sleep, and like, I mean, if it's been a long day,
I mean,
like,
look, man, kudos to you because I wake up and I feel like that Mr. Krabs meme where everything is all daisy.
Yeah.
But for you to be like, hey, it's time to wake up and play. All right, let's go play this right now.
Yeah.
So that's
like,
that.
But
that's
really, it just be like 15 minutes of like closing my eyes and that's it. Like, but that 15 minutes be love, yo.
15 minutes for me. I need another 5 plus 7.
Yo, it be love. Like those little cat naps, it be everything. But a lot of times when I see everybody coming in, like into like if it's like a church, the auditorium, then I'd be like, okay, but like it gets real at that moment.
Yeah, I can only like imagine because I definitely know what is like the furthest place like you traveled that you had to travel for a gig.
Furthest place I had to travel for a gig was about to be Africa, but the furthest place
I know you gotta travel around a lot.
Probably LA.
Ooh, that's pretty far. Yeah, that's far.
Yeah,
that's all the way out west.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Oh, it went great. Like,
it was like a little better than great.
It was a lot better than great.
Yeah, I see on your face. It was like a lot better than great.
Yeah. It was
like you went on there and you just killed it. Like, you was just like, we're 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
10 out of 10. Recommend to your friend.
Literally, like it was everything. Like the experience, the people was love. Like everything about the whole experience was love. So, like, I mean, I have nothing bad about that whole experience. Literally nothing. They fed us great. Like they flew us in. Like everything was great. So I mean,
I know definitely with the goods, you definitely had like some bad ones, like probably like a bad promoter maybe sometimes. I don't know if you can get into it, but
it's been some
because I know there's definitely ups and downs to this.
Yeah,
as well.
It's been some gigs where it was like, it was some venues that weren't what we expected them to be, and so because of that, it kind of like the crowd, the dynamic of the crowd and everything, it just took away from our energy.
From what you're, I was just about to ask you that, like, when you got a venue or like a crowd like that, I wanted to know, like, how do you still be like, all right, even though, because I know sometimes you gotta think like, yo, they might not be feeling this.
Yeah.
How do you try to like overcome that to be like, you know what, I still got to give that 110% that I will always give, even though like knowing like, man, these people
honestly, it's hard sometimes, but you just have to. You just got to push through it, honestly, and be professional about it. And when you get off stage, then you can talk trash about it to, your bandmates and stuff. But aside from that,
because I know that joint
just got to push through.
Like that joint would be tough for me. Like imagine like we're doing like a live podcast right here in front of a crowd, and someone's like, "Man, this shit is garbage," and it's just like. I gotta be like, let me keep going on this interview here. So like, I definitely would be shook, man. But like, it's straight kudos to you for always keeping a profession, because I know sometimes that's one of my biggest pet peeves is the professionalism. I know everyone watching, like, I'm supposed to be all dressed up and business attired and everything, but I'm like,
nah. I mean, Charlemagne and all them, they don't be doing that on their.
They don't be dressing like that on the Breakfast Club.
They just
don't be doing none of that.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite artists, you probably already know, J. Cole, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's like my spirit, like, entrepreneur guy. Where it's like, literally, it's like, I'll come up literally in just straight sweats. But it's like, it don't matter because the money's still rolling in. It don't matter what I look like.
Yeah.
So I definitely had that professionalism kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
But we getting better. Getting better. I'm wearing a polo. I just decided to keep the hoodie
keep it
on.
covered.
I just decided to keep. Look, everyone see it. I got a polo on. All right. I don't got as much drip. Now I'll tell you this, everyone. Yo, this man on Sunday straight drip, bro. You had this one coat on, yo. Oh, it looked like a was it a duster?
Nah.
That's not a duster?
Nah, it was a regular it was just a regular jacket.
He's all nonchalant now. This is a regular. This
dude, it was just a regular.
I was like, let me save up my coins.
I should have took pictures on Sunday.
You should have took pictures that time. I was like, yo, this dude dripped down. Then he had the shoes, man. So with you being in music, does that also, with your fashion tattoo, does that also go like hand in hand?
Yeah. So sometimes I got to get back into it because lately, it's funny that you ask, because lately a lot of people have been asking me about, styling them.
So, because you can definitely be a stylist.
Yeah. So I actually used to style people, but like in my thing is you can't style people based on how you dress. You got to style them based on their personality, but also pull them out of their comfort zone. So that's how I style people. It's not just about what I would wear. Like, it's never about that with styling, because that's the case. Just dress yourself. If you want to be dressing people, how you going to dress? And not everybody has your personality. Not everybody is like, I'm outgoing and entertaining, so I can wear something that would be entertaining to see, or you know what I mean? Like,
but it's like a little standout.
But somebody that's quiet, you can't put them on something that's going to be loud and be like, "Hey, everybody, pay attention to me." So that's how I do it. But I do. It does kind of go hand in hand, because people sometimes they ask me to style them. Sometimes, like, if I have a gig for somebody, they ask me to style them.
I was just gonna say, I know you probably had like some people in like the members like, all right, yo. Let's go to Jacob real quick. See what we about to wear.
That's how it be. And like, they be like, like, we gotta figure out what we're gonna do, what we're gonna wear. Jacob, what's the dress code? Like, what's the color scheme? Like, what we doing?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's really how it be a lot of times, bro.
Man, I need a damn stylist.
I mean, I got you.
I was dropping hints,
Like, I need a stylist. Jacob, you style right?
Like, you do this? Like, because I'm like, man, like, I see, man, I was like, I'm trying to remember the one outfit you had on. Oh, You see, and that's how you know you straight be silent when you gotta try to have like a flashback.
Yeah.
But I love that you are doing the fashion thing as well because that and then like music, it's literally like right near each other.
Yeah.
But how did you come into like fashion?
I don't know. I just
Or
always
just one
loved.
day you was just like you was I'm always dripped though.
Yeah,
I always had the style.
I just always loved to dress. I've always been like into fashion, like what's relevant and all that. So, um, I could take something that's like $20 and or $10, and I can make it look like, I
You
can
just
put an
came out.
outfit together around it and make it look like it costs a lot of money, but that's me, and I just have always had an eye for patterns, like pattern clashing, and without it actually clashing and looking crazy. Like I love mixing different patterns, different colors, like all that stuff. Like
You ever thought about just like someone and all?
actually,
Or you do that? Or you thought about it?
I thought about it, and
You
I
about to
used
unlock something.
I have before, but I got to get back into it.
I think
And,
you, man, that
yeah,
would definitely
because
be.
what's crazy is I actually have a connect up in New York with fabrics that I have not used. And I was like, yo, and funny thing is he hit me up yesterday about coming up to see him for some fabrics. So like I'm definitely, and I've been talking about just creating and styling my own clothes.
Yeah,
And
man,
so
you very
streetwear
creative.
and like casual wear, formal wear, everything. Because that's always been attention to detail is me.
Yeah,
Like that's me.
I can definitely, yeah,
Like
but that's good though.
yeah.
Like I see, man, hanging out with all you creative people, man. It's only gonna be a matter of time for you just be like, come on, better get you this. We better get you some. Because man, like it's all this creativity coming out through here. All the people I meet, I always, appreciate everyone who comes on because I feel like I get smarter every single time I bring someone on. And then with us, I was like, man, once I called you out today, I was like, oh yeah. And you was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, because I was like, we always chop it up outside of like our work. Now it's like one of the days where it's like, this ain't work for me. This is something I love. This is conversation. It's the same way as I would hit you up like right outside we get done doing the church, but it's like I needed you to come on. I was like, bro, this definitely would kill. Like this would definitely kill. And I appreciate you taking out, your time. Busy time, folks. Y'all heard him. Y'all hear all the things he do, all the wonderful things he does. I really do appreciate, taking your time out and, chopping it up with a brother,
no
dropping
doubt,
some
bro.
wisdom, having some good laughs, man.
Anytime.
Yo,
and you know what? My dad used to always say, if you want to be successful, then you have to get around successful people that will elevate your thinking. So if you're here, you can't hang around people that's here.
Absolutely.
Because then you're going to conform to them and you're just going to adjust and be right on their level. But if you want to get here and you're here, then you have to hang around people that's and even just have those people in your circle that will just like, I mean, honestly, conversation is a big thing.
Yeah.
Like the conversation that you entertain, like it's a huge thing. So it really is just surrounding yourself with like those people that are level-headed and already here. And even if they aren't already here, just the conversation of being
you get
there.
with them,
You're
just only going up.
So it'll just elevate you and it'll just fuel that creativity even more. Like, and
absolutely,
that's how I am with music. I mean, everybody starts somewhere, but like I am intentional about like getting around people that are as creative or more creative than me. So that way, like my mind is just like, because honestly, not everybody thinks the same way. So somebody else could do something to attract that I did that I would have never even thought to do.
You know what? That's funny that you said that, because when I like I said, I doing photography lessons. You know, I ain't think I'll ever be back and doing lessons in school and everything. And my teacher was like, "Man, I'm glad we all working together, because that was an idea that I didn't even think about or register." So I definitely understand what you're saying there, because it's bouncing off just creativity in people. So that way you're always just boom, 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 and then I think with being with creative people, all you're going to do is create something way more beautiful and better than what you already envisioned by yourself. So definitely, I definitely thank you for all your creativeness that you give me. You always give me I was gonna say tips and quips. I didn't really know what quips was, but I know this because when I'm up there, you're like, hey, you might want to turn down something or turn the gain up, but you're always teaching me and giving me good wisdom. And see, that's something where it's like, dang man, I got like so many damn mentors. Like I could really do like a lot of things. So I'm grateful that you taking me under your wing. You teaching me stuff
for sure, bro.
And I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago where it's like people always want to teach someone halfway instead of the full right way, because they always think that like I always as we say, people are selfish, so I always think that if someone does teach something in the back of their mind, they always think like, what happens if he makes it better than I do, instead of just being like, oh man, we all about to make something beautiful.
What's crazy is when I first got into production, a lot of people was like, yo, like people that I knew in the industry was like, yo, like I got you wherever you need, I got you. As soon as I started actually making steps towards doing it and actually started, all of them were like MIA. So I learned everything on my own, like just by doing research, reading, and wherever I didn't know, I YouTubed, and now like I'm proficient in Pro Tools, Ableton, like Studio One, like on digital boards, analog boards, all that stuff. Like as far as sound is concerned, and like, bro, like I mean, hooking up a whole entire setup and taking it down, like I mean everything.
That one
like
setup that day, I said, "Damn, dude, that's
bro,
that's a lot."
Yes, and that was for a major conference, like a national conference. So, like. I really do this. I really do
there's
this.
no shame in saying that. Like you really, like you said, you really do. It's like, this is my passion. This is who I am.
Yeah.
And I love how like you just, a lot of people are out there like, no, this is me.
Yeah.
This is what I love to do.
It's really what I do. And any knowledge that I have, I am not, I'm not going to hold back on somebody else that may not know. And that's my thing, because it's been done to me where people have gone MIA and just was like, yo, like, yeah, I got you. But as soon as you do what, because you're great, and I know you have potential to be even greater, I'm not going to help you because I don't want you to be better than me. That's not me. Like, I want everybody to be great. Like that's me. So anytime, like, we already had offline conversations. Like anytime is anything that you don't know or something that I can show you.
See, and that's the wonderful thing about it, is just it's always that teaching and that wisdom. It's like, bro, like I'm always like, look at what he's doing.
Yeah,
I can be doing the same thing, and then you got someone willingly that's gonna do it, and that doesn't have that in the back of their mind, like, oh, he might take off and leave me in the dust. When it's like, bro, how am I gonna leave you in the dust if you taught me?
Exactly.
And I feel like that's what most people are afraid of. When in truth and reality, they're like, bro, why would I leave you? Because if you taught me how to do this and I end up becoming a little bit better, it's only more motivation for me to be like, yo, now we got two people that can do this at the same time. That's two jobs.
And honestly, you don't know the opportunities that person will get, and just by you teaching them, they'll be like, yo, let me bring you on, and we can do this together. And it could be an opportunity that will blow your mind. Like you never know, like how you treat people. My mom used to always say all the time, my mom and my dad, how you treat people, you never know who you're going to need in life. So how you treat people it means something.
That's
whether
real.
they're at a low point below you or if they're at a high point, you don't know if you're entertaining an angel or what. So my parents used to always tell me it matters how you treat every single person, regardless of the status of where they are in the money, chain or whatever, or like just as a person, like you just never know. And that's so
truth
real.
though. That's real facts. That's the second thing I got to write down today. Trust me, I'm gonna rewatch this. I'm gonna write it down too, because that's get the nuggets of information.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, definitely write that down, man.
Yeah.
But man, this has been a great segment.
Yeah.
Great interview. Oh man, I'm super happy that you that you were able to join us today. If you want to give out, you follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
I forgot how to say that.
So follow me on Instagram, Jacob Jackson 2_. Facebook, just Jacob Jackson, spelled the regular way, JACOB JACKSON. I'm not related to Michael, Tito, Janet, none of them. But just follow me. But I'm musically, I'm on that.
I'm on. Go ahead.
I'm the greatest. Look. Kanye said it's okay for you to feel like you're the greatest. He said because nobody can ever take that away from you. If you feel like you're the greatest, it doesn't matter what you're doing. He said if you feel like you're the greatest, then you're the greatest. And I feel like I'm the greatest.
That's you talk that.
I feel like I'm the greatest. Like people just gotta get hip to who I am. That's it.
Talk that shit.
But real rap, like people just gotta get more hip to who I am and what I do. And after they do, then it'll be that. But yeah, follow me. Please Jacob Jackson him. 2_.
Well, you got some reels up of you. I know you probably got some reels up of your music already.
You know what? There. I haven't even posted in a long time, but after this, I promise you, I'm gonna post. I'm gonna post more.
You hear that? We gonna make him post, so y'all can definitely enjoy what I enjoy on Sundays, on Thursday. Well, I don't be there Thursdays, but I be hearing good stuff. Yeah. So what they say, I heard it through the grapevine. But give him a follow, hit him up. I was gonna say like, how do they hit you up for gigs? But that's probably how they hit you up.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, if you hit me up, just send me a DM. That's
direct message.
Yeah, just direct message me on Facebook through Messenger or comment on my page or even just hit me up on Instagram and my Messenger. And yeah, if you need live production, if you need studio production, if you need live sound engineering, studio engineering, if you need musicians, I can hook you up with whatever you need in the sound or sound tech or musicianship. Like I can cover you. I got you. Or styling. I got you.
Yeah, you see that? See how we did that? Yeah, that's how you promote, man.
Yeah, look,
he can style for you. Play the drums, play the guitar, play the bass, play the piano, play the organ if you like that.
Yeah.
But definitely check them out. I appreciate you, my man's, my brother.
Yeah, I appreciate you
my
for
mentor,
being on,
bro. It's been a blessing.
Yeah,
I'm really glad that you were here. Talk to these great people. And on that note, have a good night. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Go follow my mans. And we out here. Y'all got